Welcome to Yoga with Louise. We're going to do a 10-minute joint cleanse and foot massage. So if you want to pause the recording and go and find yourself a ball, any ball, it could be a tennis ball, it could be a massage spiky ball, one of those balls you get with your tumble dryer, or even a golf ball, which will really target some of the pressure points in your foot. So when you've got your ball, your chosen, or you can do a couple, just take that onto the floor under one of your feet. So we're going to roll the foot over the ball. And we're going to target first of all the top of the foot. So underneath the toes, you can roll from side to side, stretching your toes. And then around the ball of the foot. Sort of go from one side of the foot to the other. So under the ball of the foot, around that bone of the ball of the foot, in the centre and over to the edge of the foot. And then around the centre of the foot. So this is where your digestive organ pressure points are located. So it can sometimes be a little bit tender. So have a good roll around the inside edge, centre of the foot. And around the heel. The heel is where we've got the pressure points for the sciatic nerve, so really good if anyone experiences any pain there. And then on the inside edge of the foot where the bone runs, it's the same shape as the bone of the spine. So we've got all sorts of pressure points down there, down the inside of the arch, all to do with the spine. And somewhere along there we've got the pressure point for the kidneys too. And then you can go back, and this time, same foot, just a little bit more pressure. So the top of the foot, where we've got the pressure points for the top of the body. So around the toes, we've got the eyes and the ears. So go from side to side. And then the centre of the foot, a little bit more pressure there, going all around the centre. And again the heel. And the arch of the foot, run down the arch of the foot, which represents the bone of the spine. Good. Let's try the other foot. So start with your toes. And around the ball of the foot. A little circle around the ball of the foot there. Cross over towards the side of the foot where the little toe is. And the centre of the foot. Again, if there's any tenderness there, it might be on one-sided. That's quite normal. A lot of people have problems with their digestion. Good. And this will just help your digestion. And around to the heel of the foot. And then up the arch of the foot. So run gently down the arch, just applying a little bit of pressure. See how that feels. And then go back up to your toes. Top of your foot. Around the middle of the foot, again applying a little bit more pressure. And around your heel. And then down the arch, a little bit more pressure this time, see how that feels. And release your ball. And then just standing. So your legs might ache a little bit from standing on one leg, but just see how your feet feel energized, tingly, got the blood down to the toes, so great for circulation there. Another thing you can do with your feet, if you pause the video and get yourself something flat, so you may choose a yoga block, you might choose a cushion, or a piece of rug like this. What we're going to do is squeeze the toes around the edge. See if you can squeeze them and lift whatever you've got there and release. So a yoga block would be the hardest thing to do. Something soft like this to start with is good. So squeeze and lift. See if you can grip whatever you've got there with your toes. So try that a couple of times. Really get that grip. If you find that easier, go for something slightly stiffer. But you can work quite well here just by giving the foot a good squeeze and a good grip and release. Let's change sides. Squeeze, lift and release. So 3 or 4 times there. Really good for the tendons and muscles in your foot and also the nerves. Good. And release. And again, just standing, feet hip width apart. You might feel that as you do this, your feet start to spread out a little bit more into the mat. And this is what I call grounding your feet, as you can start to feel your feet spreading out, start to feel the weight equally through the feet. Good. And then we'll work up the body with a bit of a joint cleanse. So first of all, we'll start with the ankles. Rotate both ways. You might need to hold the wall or hold onto a chair. There we go, both ways with the ankle. And then the knees. So the knees are forward and back joint. So just taking the knee forward and back. Great for arthritis to keep the joints moving. Other side. And the best thing for the hips, take the feet apart, toes out to the sides of the room, bend the knees a few times. And then keeping the knees bent, circle the hips. So if you have any pain in the lower back, don't push the hips too far forward. If your back's okay with that, you can really explore that front side position. Stretching through the groin and the hips. And change your direction. Good. And then we'll work up to shoulders. So feet hip width apart. Roll the shoulders round. Big circles. You may hear lots of cracks, clicks. That's quite normal. And the other way, forward. Big circles. Deep breaths. Slow it down. Good. Pop the backs of the hands together. Squeeze the elbows towards each other. And then bring the hands underneath, across the top, squeeze the elbows together. Good. Turn the backs of the hands together. Hands underneath, squeeze the elbows together. Back to the hands. Keep going. Squeezing the elbows in. Work the upper arms. And go the other way. Squeeze the elbows and then move. Squeeze in. And over. Good. And then the wrists, rotate the wrists. And the other way. Giving the fingers a little stretch. You might hear a bit of cracking here as the fingers stretch. Stretch back. And stretch them forward, one at a time. Push down into your palm with your thumb. Good. Link the fingers, push out. And then really good to exercise the fingers by bending the knuckles and pulling in, squeezing in and release, squeeze in and release. Good. Squeeze in and hold and release. Good. Relax the arms by the side and finally the neck. Drop the chin to the chest. Gentle head rolls from side to side. Ear to shoulder. Drop the head. Ear to shoulder. Relax the shoulders down. Back to centre. Turn the head from side to side. Keep the shoulders still. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And looking over from side to side. Back to centre. Thank you very much.